To Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Kai Forbath set to kick it away for the Vikings. And off we go from the Twin Cities. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Richardson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. 20! And Graham's got it over the middle. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jimmy Graham, 46 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here comes the D swarming to the line.
Let's go! Detroit! Detroit!
They go play action here on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And that'll bring up second down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Keenum now on first down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Here we go now. Detroit! Here we go. Check. Patriot! Gone! No. Check. Patriot!
On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. And Rudolph has it left side. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph, and it'll bring up third down. To the air again, Keenum. And complete, right side to tight end Rudolph. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. 28 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And this one through the uprights and good. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. Charles, earlier we talked a lot about Russell Wilson, what a great job he did last year in 2017 as Seattle's offense is working their way back onto the field. But they're probably going to need to find a running game to alleviate some of that pressure on Wilson, right?
Yeah, you think? I mean, my goodness, when you take a look at what Russell Wilson did, he more than doubled the rushing yardage of Mike Davis, who finished second. And Mike Davis didn't begin the year on Seattle's roster. They went through a number of runners this season, none of them that fit and really hit. Chris Carson, they thought, was going to be the guy who got hurt early in the year, but they definitely have to find a running game and get back to playing that Seattle football of run first and let Russell Wilson take over from there.
And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. Halfback sent in motion. On third down, Wilson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a fourth down. So on fourth down, as seen on TV, here's their resident strongman, John Ryan, on to punt. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. Oh, it's a wobbler here. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Well, before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with... Now Keenum throwing on second. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Sheldon Richardson breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Now let's go. Back there. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Check.
3rd and long. It's Keenum. Over the middle here to Rudolph. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker.
All right, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Keenum going for it on 4th. And he's got And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. When the Vikings get down this way, they start looking for number 82. Rudolph had 24 targets in the red zone last year, tops in the league.
And that's what you do when you have a tight end who understands how to get open in tight spaces. Bob knows how to do that. Tyler Eifert does it well in Cincinnati. Kyle Rudolph emulates those guys.
It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself. It's second down. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Shift together here from the D-line. They come out here in the I. On second down, Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Forbath out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl. But 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
They go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999 where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. On first down, Procise. Room to run inside the 40. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. C.J. Procise, 55 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Vikings coming out here again to take over on offense. And this is a crew, obviously, that was so close, Charles, to becoming the first ever team to play a Super Bowl in their own stadium. So disappointment in that last game against Philly. But overall, I think they've got to be pretty pleased with the season.
They have to be because they put it all together. Won the NFC North. How about that win over the Saints in the divisional round? I mean, I don't know that they'll ever top that in terms of getting something done late in the game, especially with what was on the line. They do get Dalvin Cook back at running back next year. I think they'd still like to have a little more speed at wide receiver. But all in all, this team comes back pretty well intact and will be a force for a while.
Yeah, that defense is pretty set.
Very much so. I mean, hey, try and move the ball against their front and then try and throw it against Xavier Rhodes. Good luck to you.
34 yards there and a first down.
Well, last year, I'm not sure we saw very many of those runs, did we, from the Vikings? I mean, they had the poorest rushing attack in the league.
Just 75 yards per game, but carries like the one we just saw, that'll help bolster that average.
Yeah, certainly, and they tried to beef up the offensive line in the offseason, brought in Latavius Murray, and then drafted Dalvin Cook out of Florida State.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be resigned, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. Keenum to throw on second down. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. And his kick is good. Forbath out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP. 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target, and it's third down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3. No. Check. Patriot. Watch it now, Barney. Let's go. 3, 19. Detroit.
On third and long, it's Keenum. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Defense showing blitz. To throw is Keenum. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Wilson turns and gives to Procise. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Right back to Procise. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. A second down carry for Procise. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. There's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he'll bang that one through. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They start the drive with Cook. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Throwing now is Keenum. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. From the gun, here's Keenum. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They will go for it. It's Keenum. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Procise on the toss. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola. And then, of course, to Stanford. And, boy, he's been good. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. They'll try and run down here with pro size. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, pro size. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
They'll go with pro size. And this winds up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. On 1st and 10, Keenum lets it fly for Thielen. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call or get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
All right, here we go. Back to that Philly. Here we go.
Out of the gun, Keenum. A dump down to McKinnon. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. A shotgun snap for Keenum. Wright's got it. A nice gain of 21 yards. And at this stage in the game, every play is magnified here as we get down to the nitty-gritty. They'll fake the handoff. Now Keenum. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On 2nd down, here's Keenum. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's right. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
All right, here we go. Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Throwing his Keenum on third down. And he's able to find Diggs. They give him 12 yards and a first down.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Here we go now.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Hurry up, here we go. Back down in that Philly, here we go.
Keenum to throw. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series.
Leopard! Leopard! Set!
First down, here's the run with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
All right, here we go. Green, 39! Green, 39!
Now it's Keenum. Now he's forced out left. And he'll go down at the 28. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Nice solid gain there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks. The Vikings on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And Forbath's kick is no good. It's wide left for Forbath, and that changes everything here in OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Again, it's Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. First throw of overtime for Keenum. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Keenum now on first down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. On second down, here's Keenum. And Diggs has it. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Throwing on first down is Keenum. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it's a second down. To throw on second down is Keenum. Flushed out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Third and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. From the gun, it's Keenum. Got a man, it's right. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll run with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Here's Keenum now on second down. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a third and goal. Biggest play now in this opening drive of overtime. This is third and goal. Here's Keenum. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. That's a tough one not to hang on to on third and goal, but good job defensively to get there and jar it loose.
Agreed. That was really, really nicely done because there's no pass interference on the play. Timing excellent to get in there and knock it away. A win for the defense, and it brings up fourth down.
Forbath out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
Here's Procise, and he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. Here's Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. And another timeout called by the Vikings now. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And he is not going in.
Hot, hot, hot! Hot, hot, hot! Woo-hoo-hoo! He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.